Hey gardeners, today I'm planting 3 varieties of Rudbeckia and some Statice that I grew from seed in my raised beds. These will make beautiful additions to my future cut flower harvest. Let's get them in the ground. Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden. And before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video on one of your social media platforms. Okay, we're in the backyard and it is glorious outside. My last frost freeze date tends to be March 12th. I've looked at the 10-day forecast and there is no freezes, nowhere close to freezes anytime soon. So I'm really, really excited because we are going to start planting today. Now I'm in the backyard, this direction, south. You can see the field behind me, that's west. And so we get a lot of hot sun here, with the exception of my beautiful willow tree does cast a lot of shade, which isn't it glorious right now? I'm obsessed with it, love it. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working in this bed right here, and we're going to be planting up a lot of cut flower seedlings that I grew myself from seeds. So let's get started. Okay, so I've been growing a lot from seed. You can see it's glorious in here. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be planting quite a few Rudbeckia and some Statice as well. And I'll talk about the varieties once we kind of get over there. But these have all gone from seedling and then been potted up to larger containers. So they are a little bit more substantial plants. Here's some more of the Rudbeckia over here. And I'm really excited to get these going. So let's go get them situated over there. Okay, so let's take a look at this bed. Now, first of all, got a lot of sticks and fallen branches from the willow tree. Let me clear those out. Let's just make our lives a little bit easier. Okay, and we've got several Rudbeckia that are already established here. And I want to basically fill in with a ton more is my goal. And the soil here is beautiful. This raised bed has been here for 4 years now, 4 years. Soil is great here. And so I'm not going to be adding any additional compost at this point in time. Literally when I dig down, like it's so many worms in here, which is just awesome. Got a lot of dried leaves in here from the willow tree, which is not a bad thing. Love that. I had also gone through and weeded this garden some already. We do have some other things in here, such as over here, I've got some Fama white scabiosa, which is a perennial here. I've also got a white snapdragon that just keeps coming back year after year. Also got a David's phlox in here. And I'm pulling out some seedlings that I recognize as larkspur because I don't want them in here. So right now I'm just kind of going through and loosening up the soil. Just because it gives me an opportunity to just like really observe what's going on. Now, as I get to this larger plant right here, that is a Veronica that I grew from seed last year. And there's actually 2 or 3 of them. Really hoping they give me a lot more blooms this next year. That would be amazing if they did. And there's something else coming up here, right here. I'm not sure what that is. Can't really recall. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Statice. And the Statice that I'm going to be growing today, or planting today, is called Forever Silver. And I'm going to be planting these about 8 inches apart. And I'm going to kind of be planting them in like in a cluster together. Now these beds have drip lines run to them, so they get adequate moisture throughout the growing season. And I'm leaving a hole right here for the Fama scabiosa. That looks good. Let's get those planted. We're going to be adding plant zone to nourish each plant. All right. So I'm going to dig a hole for each one. I've got my hoary knife. This soil is so nice and soft. Make room for it. Throw in some plant tone. I wish I had flower tone instead, but this is what I got. These are a little dry. I probably should have done a better job watering them before getting them out here. Oh, this does not want to come out. Ooh. Oh, okay, those are ready to get out. Loosen that up a little bit. That plant is more than ready to get out. Let's do another one. Yeah, there's just tons of, like, look at that big old worm. I think I just stabbed him and killed him, but yeah. All right, well, go to your home, dude. I think these status plants are just dying to get out of here. Yeah, look at how they're definitely getting a little rebound. So I'm loosening them up, loosening the roots up, and then we're going to water these in really well after I get them all planted up. Now, this Forever Silver is a beautiful white color. It also has a little bit of a lavender undertone to it, which I think is just lovely. And it is my favorite color of Statice. Usually I grow a mix of colors. This year I just decided to just grow one so that I can have more of the same stems for more consistency throughout my arrangements. But these plants will get to about 18 to 24 inches tall for me. And Statice overwinters really well in my area. So it's definitely one that I'm not real worried about putting out right now, even if we do get a light freeze, because it handles cold weather really well, as long as it's well watered. Oh my gosh. Looking forward to making better use out of this bed. Put a lot of perennials in here last year, some of which I liked, some of which I did not. So I'm kind of excited to fill it in a little bit more. I really want my beds to be just more intense, overflowing with abundance. Okay, sweet. Okay, in this next area, I have a few existing Rudbeckia. And what I want to do is fill in between the Rudbeckia. So the first variety I'm going to be starting with is Sahara. These plants are looking really nice. And their roots aren't root bound, so that's good. So I'm going to come in here and place a few of the Rudbeckia. All right, and I'm going to leave a few for my friend Kristen. And then I'm going to come over here, and these are Prairie Sun Rudbeckia, and they actually have blooms trying to come up. And I'm debating, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the blooms off so that it's not focusing on the blooms, it can focus on roots. Let me grab a pair of pruners. So all I'm going to do on these is cut pretty far down on the stem with the flowers. And you can see that I'm really filling this in more. Okay, and I'm going to leave a little space over there for some cherry brandy Rudbeckia as well. Now, the Sahara Rudbeckia has a multitude of colors that are more like of a dusty tone, I feel like. Pinks and mauves and dusty coppers and oranges. These aren't root bound, so that's nice. But they definitely want to get in the ground. And these can be a perennial in my area. I think they're more of like a tender perennial. So if we have really long, prolonged cold snaps, they don't do as well. This container actually has 2 plants in it, so let's split that. Oh, I just got a face full of plant tone. Now, the Prairie Sun Rudbeckia are probably my favorite. They're just beautiful, sunshine, happy yellow flowers. They're extremely prolific. And so I started a lot more of them this year, and I'm super excited to have them for arrangements. All right, let me go grab a few of the cherry brandy real quick and we'll finish up. And the cherry brandy just struggled a lot more than the other Rudbeckia this year, starting from seed. Not sure why. It's not my favorite, but we'll see how it does. I had the seeds, so I just wanted to go ahead and use them. And if I don't end up liking them, I can always dig them up, give them to somebody else. We have new neighbors behind us. You can hear from the kiddos. They've got a bounce house because they just moved in, so it's a way to meet the neighborhood kids. So you'll hear kids throughout this video. And obviously I'm filming after school. I quadrupled the amount of Rudbeckia that I have. It's very exciting. Okay, let's water these in. I need a longer hose, y'all. Well, that just looks lovely. I'm just so pleased. Grew them all from seed. So exciting. This will be overwhelmed with Statice and Rudbeckia, and I still have space over here. I'm thinking zinnias or strawflower. Now over here, all this frothy stuff is a larkspur coming through. Also got some bulbs coming up here. I can't recall what that is. And then over here is Chinese forget-me-not. I don't believe it blooms the first year. I think it blooms the second year. Just filling in. Now this larkspur has spread a lot. It's very easy to pull up. Right there you can see some of the delphinium that I started from seed and planted amongst this area. Planted that last fall. Now this garden bed right here is all of my snapdragons, and they're looking lovely. I really need to start hitting them with some fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. And then over here, I believe are all iris, Dutch iris coming up. They're all looking beautiful. this whole space over here. This guy is a lily that got really confused. Which is crazy. Let me walk y'all over this way. So this is my ranunculus bed. Most of them made it, even through that really intense weather. So we do have a few blooms starting to come up on the ranunculus, and they should start coming even faster. I need to hit them with some fertilizer as well. Over here is all of the lisianthus, a massive lisianthus bed. I actually need to get in here and do some work, trimming some of this back a little bit to start encouraging some new blooms. So that'll be an upcoming project. This bed is going to be mostly vegetables. It's going to be peppers and eggplant. Do need to take the greenhouse down. It did not go well. Most everything in it is dead. So that sucks. That'll be another video we'll talk about. Got some beautiful daffodils coming up over here. This direction is the chrysanthemum bed that is on my list for tomorrow. Coming through here, weeding, cutting back, getting ready for spring, and they've already got a lot of growth. See at the base of the plants? Very exciting. It's looking great. All right, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Seeing me start to plant up, very exciting. Now, if we, for some reason, get some really, bumblebees. There's lots of bumblebees. Wow, that's a lot of bumblebees. Oh my gosh. Well, that's exciting. If we, for some reason, get a freeze or frost, I will come cover these up with freeze covers, the white freeze covers, just to make sure that they're okay. If for some reason we were going to get a very cold freeze, like somewhere far below 30, like far below 28, I will run Christmas lights, incandescent Christmas lights throughout this and then cover it. But hopefully that's not going to happen. Hopefully we're good. And starting to fill in these beds is just so excited. I cannot believe it. We are going to start planting up the vintage urns. That is a project I have on the list. We have some climbing roses to get planted, which is very exciting. We got a lot of things to get planted, so very exciting. You guys stay tuned for all of the planting coming up, and I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to just get out here and get it done. All right, you all, as always, make sure you like and comment on the video. Every time you like and comment, it helps grow the video so much. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, just drop me an emoji below, letting me know that you made it to the end of the video and that you say hi. And be sure to go over and check me out on my Patreon community. I'm doing all of my social media there now. Really enjoy it. It's really just for people who are into She's a Mad Gardener. That's legit it. It has a free tier and then it has additional paid tiers. The higher up you're on the tier, the more access you get to content, including free videos, polls, group chats, sharing photos of your gardens, asking for questions and advice. It's a super fun group, and I post almost daily in there as well. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.